Welcome back. With school being out for summer and Shark Week underway, SeaQuest is a perfect place to bring the family. Uh-oh, you hear that noise, right? Swimming into the studio this morning, SeaQuest team lead Wendy Welch. It's great having you, Wendy. Great to have you.
Hi, nice to be here.
You didn't bring a shark in today.
No, they're a little bit hard to transport.
That I understand, yes. But there are plenty at SeaQuest, right?
There are. So we've got a whole bunch. We've got at least 3 different rooms where you're able to see a bunch of different species, and then there's an opportunity for people to even go snorkeling with them. So a lot of options, a lot of ways to interact depending on your comfort level.
Yeah, depending on your comfort level being the operative words. This, I mean, summertime, you must have so many field trips that are coming through and groups of kids coming.
Well, we've got a lot of school groups that come through, and we've got Girl Scout and Boy Scout camps that come. We just had a troop come through and do one of their oceanography badges. So we have a bunch of people come through doing educational stuff and just coming in to see and have some fun. I'm
assuming that when people are brought to the, oh, we have a snake escaping the cage right now. May I?
Yeah, no problem. So you're going to put your palms nice and flat for me.
Okay.
This guy is a ball python. They're native to Africa.
Okay.
So the reason they're called ball pythons is because when they get a little bit freaked out, they kind of just wrap themselves up in a big old ball.
Oh.
But his name is Hagrid. He's about 3. And like most of our animals, he's actually a donation. So a lot of times people will not do the research that they need before getting pets, and then we end up being a home where these guys can come and have a good and safe environment.
I feel like Britney Spears at the VMAs right now. This is pretty remarkable.
Should have brought you a bigger one.
Maybe. Okay, well, you know what? Let's start small and work our way up. Do you feel like sharks are kind of misunderstood a little bit when people have the ability to snorkel with them and they freak out? Do you think they're misunderstood a bit?
So a lot of times it comes from bad media. You know, Jaws was a big
really
bad thing that happened for
them.
You know, it kind of messed up their media image. But there's a lot of good that they do being apex predators, and they really aren't terribly interested in us. A lot of the species that we actually have there are reef sharks. So when people think of sharks, they think of like oceanic sharks.
Yeah, of course.
And that's not really anything that we're going to have for you to interact with when you come visit SeaQuest. We've got some nurse sharks, which are super docile. We've got some horn sharks that are native to Southern California. So there's a lot of different options for having an interaction with a shark.
Absolutely. Oh, my goodness. What's the parrot's name?
So her name is Indigo. She's a blue and gold macaw.
Macaw, there we go.
Yep, we got her as a donation too. So she's about 7 years old right now, but these guys can live into their 80s. So she's still very much a baby.
Oh, there we go. Very, very cute.
Yep, she's a good girl. There's
so much to do in Vegas, and SeaQuest is really up to the game. What makes SeaQuest the one-of-a-kind destination in Vegas?
So I think one of the major things with Vegas is we don't have a lot of family opportunities.
Yeah.
You know, you go to the Strip and it's not really somewhere you want to take the kids. So this is a good way for people to bring their kids. It's air conditioned, especially with all these excessive heat warnings that we're getting all the time. It's a good place to bring the kids and just kind of let them stretch their imaginations and their minds.
No doubt. Now, you mentioned snorkeling with sharks. How about snorkeling with stingrays?
So they're actually in the same tank.
Oh, wow.
So it's one big tank. It kind of simulates a reef habitat. So we've got a couple different species of rays in there as well. And they're actually the ones that really want to have anything to do with us. When you do the snorkeling, we kind of give them special treats at squid, and they just love it. And so that's the rays are the ones that are like, hey, I know you have those snacks. Can I come get those from you? So
listen, hey, I'll give you a great photo op.
Yeah, I know, right? You'll have a good Instagram post if you come over here.
Of course. Where's SeaQuest located?
So we're actually inside the Boulevard Mall, right in between the Goodwill and then the Anthem insurance place. So it's right there, right off the Strip, Maryland Parkway and Twain, I think, are the closest cross streets.
And I think that's the one thing for families as well. You don't necessarily have to walk through a cloud of smoke to make it to the place.
And you know, having somewhere that's air conditioned and there's not going to be a whole bunch of people there that you know are not locals. So we have a big local following.
This snake is he and I are kind of she. We're having a special moment right now. He's curled up on my hand. Like I feel like I'm the snake charmer now.
He's doing good. You're nice and comfy.
How much is entry?
So for adults, regular admissions is $14.95. Kids ages 2 to 11 is $9.95, and then anyone under 2 is free. But we do have annual passports where you're able to come. So the best deal is kind of like the family passport. It's got 2 adults and 3 kids, and you can come all year. It's like $140.
Oh, that's great.
We do discounts all the time.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
If you look on our Facebook page or even on our Instagram, we put up all kinds of things where it's like, hey, come in, we're having a deal, show us this post. So
you go twice, you just beat the system.
Oh, yeah, you paid for it already.
Awesome.
So. And you get discounts on things like the snorkeling with the sharks and stingrays and those kinds of things.
It's great having you. Oh my goodness, hi there. And great having you, Indigo. Thank you so much.
Good job.
You got to come on down. Experience Shark Week. SeaQuest is located in the Boulevard Mall, Maryland Parkway. Their address is right there on your screen. They're not just there for Shark Week, by the way. They're there all year long, so go check them out. Their phone number is right there on your screen as well. You'll also find them on Facebook and Twitter.